It's happy hour time, people. Oh man, I need to have a beer. You know what? I need to have my bingo bango. I hope you got your drink ready because I am ready for it. Let me tell you. All right, cool. So we got some killer things happening today, people. So we're trying to make some fun food, snacky food, things you can make anytime, whether it's game day or play day, whatever. It doesn't matter. But we're going to make some killer stuff. So today, here's our little pretzel hot doggy deals. Just got those out. We partnered up with our master built over here. It's a deep fryer, it's a boiler, it's a steamer. It's amazing. So I boiled these up first and then we baked them. So I got a little cheese sauce. It's got beer in it. Who doesn't like beer in their cheese sauce? So good. So I'm going to take a bite of that. Mm. Oh, these are good. I put some jalapeno in the cheese. Ah, and these are delicious. Wow. And I made it all myself. Can you believe it?
Start from the beginning and tell us how you made the hot dog
All right.
bites.
The hot dog bites. I got some little smoky little hot dog, little, you get those little things at the store, right? It's simple. Then I made my batter. I had to make my bread, right? So I had to make my little pretzel bread, which is pretty simple, flour and everything else. And I've got the recipe. I'll pop that up there a little bit later. You can follow along. Made the dough and then rolled these bad boys, rolled them up, stuck them in there, egg washed them at the end. So we had to boil them. So we stuck them in the master built only for like 30 seconds. That's all you need to do. 30 seconds in there, pulled it back out, and then I put it in an oven at 425 degrees for about 15 minutes. Okay. And then they pull out and they look just like this. They're delicious. Uh-oh. I got some more things. I got to pull these out real quick.
Be sure and put a big bite in your mouth before you talk to everybody.
Yeah, of course, because it's happy hour.
That's a great idea.
All right, so be careful because I got some of these mac and cheese brisket balls going.
Oh, yeah, baby.
All right.
Mac and cheese brisket balls.
Right.
What are those sounding like?
Brisket.
And brisket?
Uh-huh, mac and cheese. So good.
I like your handy dandy fryer.
Yeah, this is really cool.
That was a boiler first.
It was a boiler first, and you can drain it and strain it. And then you can put a whole nother thing in there if you want to do some fried stuff. You can do fried stuff too. So let's hopefully these guys didn't stick to the bottom on me.
How does it go? Drain it, strain it?
Drain it and strain it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's got brisket, mac and cheese in there. Nelly, gonna be good. So I'm gonna set that down. All right. See if we can get this guy out. This guy's just a little.
What do you serve it with?
Oh, we're gonna serve it with some barbecue sauce. Little barbecue sauce. Look at that. Look at that guy. That guy like exploded. But look at that brisket in there. You can see that brisket hanging out in there. So awesome.
Maybe people could share or like.
Hey, that's a great idea, Lulu.
Right?
Hit your share button right now and like what we got going on. Tell people about Dad's That Cook because that's what we're figuring out today, people. With Dad's That Cook, we're making snacks, bites, delicious stuff that you can make anytime. But we know game day is coming up and we want to make some fun things that the kids like. And of course, those parents like too, right? Just like these. And you know what's so cool about all this stuff? Of course, for me, of course, for us, if you haven't been following us, we're a gluten-free kind of family. You can tell by the beer. I got me a gluten-free beer. So this is a beer cheese. You can use whatever beer you want. You can use whatever flour you want. So in the recipe, when you get the recipe, don't worry about it. It's all good.
And you can use whatever hot dogs you want.
That's right. You can use whatever hot dogs you want. Sausages. You can take sausages, cut them up into little pieces and wrap those up. You can bacon wrap them. You can stick those in there. That would be really good. But these are delicious, and these are so good. And these are gluten-free. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Crazy town.
Would be be nice if you shared them with your wife.
It would be.
Wow.
I don't think I have enough.
Your wife sure is nice.
Here, why don't you try one, Lulu?
All right.
Maybe it'll stop you from
I'm
talking.
The camera woman. I'm the camera woman today, so.
That's right.
That's the way it goes.
Bingo bango, people.
What does that mean?
If you're just tuning in right now, bingo bango means get your drink. You better have a drink, some kind of drink. I don't care if it's a fruit drink, water, don't care. Booze is preferred. But hey, bingo bango, everybody. Hope you're having a good Saturday and enjoying yourself. Okay, so now we've got these bites. I'm going to let those cool down for a couple of minutes because I'm not going to stick my face in that.
Why not?
It's going to be so darn hot. I'm pretty sure my face is going to fry. So while that's cooling down,
okay,
I'm going to get the mozzarella sticks that we made. Sound like a plan? No? It doesn't sound like a plan?
No.
What's the plan?
I want you to tell everybody, by the way, these hot dog bites are really good.
Aren't they great?
Yeah.
Should I have another one?
Okay.
Okay.
I want you to tell everybody, and they do have a pretzel consistency.
They do. Aren't they great?
So what makes a pretzel bread versus regular bread?
Well, the bread's kind of the same for the most part. You got your yeast and your flour and all that. What really makes it pretzel is when you put the baking soda in the water. So you're boiling water and you're putting like 3/4 of a cup of baking soda in it. You're boiling it up in your Masterbuilt. You could do it on the stovetop if you don't have a Masterbuilt, but hey, if you got one, great.
Right.
And all you're going to do is put all that stuff in there, let it boil up, and then throw these little guys, throw them right in there, and let them soak around for 30 minutes, or 30 seconds. 30 minutes. 30 seconds. You're going to pull those out with a slotted spoon or something, and then we're going to set them aside. You set them aside, put some egg wash on them. You slap a bunch of salt on it, right? And then you stick them in the oven at 425 for about 15 minutes. These were super easy to make. And I'm definitely making these. Made the dough. I didn't make the hot dog.
You didn't make the hot dog.
No, I didn't make the hot dog.
Wow.
If there's some of you out there that make hot dogs.
That's lame that you didn't make your own hot dog.
That's because I'm a total loser.
No,
That's
I
right.
don't think so.
No?
Okay, so you didn't make the hot dog, but you made the bread.
I made the bread.
Then you let it rise for
an hour.
An hour.
You gotta let it rise for an hour.
Okay.
It's gotta be room temperature.
All right. And
okay.
Then you roll
you can make,
little dogs.
I'm sorry, but you can make it ahead of time. You know, you can put it in the fridge. You can make your dough ahead of time. You could also wrap these up ahead of time and get that ready, and then dump them in later.
Okay. So then you rolled the little dogs in the dough.
I did.
Those little dogs.
I rolled them in the dough.
And
then I boiled them
in the
Masterbuilt,
which has a boiler.
Has a boiler, which is cool.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Okay, so it's not very long.
Not very long, no. But you got to make sure you have the baking soda in there, otherwise it's not going to turn into a pretzel.
Aha.
See what I'm saying?
I do see.
All right, let's move these guys over to the plate.
All right. That's very, very cool.
These are really cool. You could actually, if you don't have brisket, now what I like about these is.
Wait, now we moved on to something else.
Yeah, we did.
Now, before we move on to something else, people can see my hand sneaking in.
That's right.
To get a little. Now, tell me about the sauce before we move on.
Yeah.
Now, the sauce has
cream
a little
cheese.
bit of, I was going to say, it looks like a little cheese that's not totally melted in. Is that okay?
Well, that's okay, and I did strain that. I strained all that cheese. So in here, look out, don't fall over when you have those pretzel bites, girlfriend, is the sour cream and the cheddar cheese, and I made beer. So what you're doing is
You made beer?
Well, no, I didn't make the beer. I made it with beer is what I meant. So I got my pot. I put a whole beer in the pot, and I got that up to like a simmery kind of thing. And then I put some flour in a bowl. So a little bit of flour, a little bit, and the cheese, and you mix that all together. So the cream cheese, the cheddar, and all that, and you mix it up. And then you put it all in the pot, and you stir it, and you get it going. So what I ended up doing, too, on top of that, is I threw some jalapenos in there, some jalapeno. So I put some jalapenos in there, and I let it just kind of work its way in the pot, hang out, have some fun. So it would reduce and get some of those spices out of the jalapenos. I don't have any chunks. If you want chunks of jalapeno, Throw them in there. I don't care. Put what you want.
Right?
Slice and dice some jalapeno. I like it spicy, but Lulu doesn't like it too spicy.
So
So
we compromised.
compromise. I mean, that's why we're 20 years
Oh
together,
my
Lulu. Right?
God.
Crazy town.
Right?
And then what you do once it's all melted in there and you've been sitting for about 5 minutes or more, you take it and you strain it, and you
Oh.
squeeze it through a strainer to get all the chunky stuff and to kind of smooth it out a little bit more. Yeah.
Oh. So
So
that's
I
how it goes.
probably could have strained it one more time maybe,
I
but
think so.
it looks like you're really having a hard time eating those, aren't you? I like that laugh. Where'd you get it? What's
And
everybody?
you could obviously have these little hot dog bites
Yeah.
with mustard,
Oh yeah.
or you could have it with
Ketchup,
ketchup.
ketchup, mustard, some cheese.
Right, whatever your kids like
Hot
too.
sauce is probably really good. I
Oh,
like hot sauce. Maybe some of that Wenzel sauce, right?
yeah, there you go.
But we didn't have it with us because we left it at the trailer, James. Really sorry about that,
Oh
buddy.
man. All
Otherwise, we
right,
would have had some Wenzel sauce.
let's move on. Now, tell me about these bites.
Okay, the bites. So, you guys saw my brisket the other day. I made a brisket.
Well, maybe not everybody did.
Maybe not everybody saw the brisket, but I made a brisket the other day. And you take your brisket, maybe you have left,
Yesterday.
yeah, maybe you have some leftover brisket or you have pulled pork. You can use pulled pork, something delicious like that, right? You chop it up, you make your mac and cheese, however you want to make your mac and cheese. You can cheat, get it out of a box if you want, or you can make it yourself with some elbows and make your own bechamel sauce and go nuts, right? So you combine those two together, you stir it up, mix it all together, and then you cool them down and you turn them into little balls.
Now, I think you added a little bit of barbecue sauce to your brisket.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Right?
You add a little spice, whatever your favorite barbecue sauce is,
All right.
go for it.
And then you put it in the.
Masterbuilt. Well, we had to let it cool down though first, Lulu.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You put it in the freezer for
Yeah,
a
we
little
put it
bit.
in the freezer because you want to freeze it so you want them to kind of bind up together, right? Because
Yeah,
otherwise you're going to have crazy town. It's all going to fall apart.
that's right.
So, and then once they're done freezing, maybe a half an hour or so,
All right.
then we stuck it in the Masterbuilt here, which you just saw me pulling them out, right? And that only took 3 minutes for each one of those.
Oh, wow. Well,
So
let's
those were
cut
quick.
into it and take a look-see.
All right, let's take a look-see.
Yeah,
Let's
or
take a look.
bite into it,
Here,
I guess.
let's open it up and take a look.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Look at all that brisket and mac and cheese goodness.
Don't you
Holy.
think you need some likes and loves and
Oh yeah, bet people
shares?
start sharing this stuff up. What's going on? Share it. Love it. Okay, let's dip it in some barbecue sauce we got here. So these are nice little bites. They're fun. Maybe you've got some leftover brisket. Maybe you've got some leftover meat, and you want to make some bites. These are great. Mmm,
Let's take a look-see. What do you think?
that's good.
Yeah?
Uh huh. I like it with the barbecue sauce because it gives it a kick. The brisket's always good. I mean, you can't go wrong with brisket, right?
Well,
And the
you
mac.
can't go wrong with mac and cheese or
No.
brisket. So the combo is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think you need to try this, Lulu.
All right, now
Here you go.
talk about the brisket and how you did the brisket, and
Sure.
if you would.
Try something different.
Okay.
So I did do something a little different with my brisket yesterday, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to try something totally different that I don't normally do, and see if it works out. So I just rubbed it. I put my rub on it. I used a little Rectech rub, some heifer dust. Threw that on there, and I just threw it on my smoker at 250, and I let it go, and it went for about 10 hours until it got up to about 205 degrees, and I pulled it off. Put a tent on it. What I realized from it, though, is I would do it the way I normally like to do it. The normal way I like to do it is I like to inject it with some sauce. So I would either use like a beef broth or some type of apple juice, or you put something in there. I have a beef broth kind of one that I also do with a peppercini sauce, which is really kind of cool. It's like a banana peppers, really tasty. I see Lulu's really into the food now. She's she's getting into it. So anyway, I have a recipe that for the brisket, I put it on the grill at 225. So I rather have it lower than 250. 225 is great. It'll go for about 8 or 10 hours, and then you take it off wrap it up with about a cup or so of some apple juice or some type of juice, or maybe more of your beef broth or whatever you got. But I usually like an apple juice or some type of juice. And you wrap it all up, double wrap it in some foil, stick it back on the grill, and let it cook probably for another 4 hours. So it takes about 12 hours total usually, and it gets to 205, then you pull it off, and it is just moist as can be. So that's my favorite way to do it. This new way, kind of sped it up. I don't suggest speeding it up. But the good thing about it is if you messed your meat up, and I'm sure none of you have ever messed your meat up before, you can salvage it by making little bites with some mac and cheese and deep frying the heck out of it.
Right?
Super cool. Great
Like,
trick, right?
right?
Nobody will know. Nobody will know.
Well, besides the fact, this is the bomb.
These are great, aren't they?
Yeah, and
Bingo
all
bango.
because of,
The Masterbuilt.
wow.
If you hadn't noticed, we're giving away a couple of Masterbuilts today. And hopefully these people are watching right now because we're going to be doing it live here in just a couple of seconds, giving it away to these two people that have been following us for a long time. I really appreciate that. Been following the channels, subscribe to our email list, all that good stuff, and I really, really appreciate all your support and everybody's support because we like to do giveaways and we like to make sure people have fun cooking, right?
Okay, now before you talk about that,
Yeah,
let's talk about the process. You had the brisket,
yeah.
you put some barbecue sauce on the brisket.
On the brisket, mix it in with the brisket
Okay, and then you put
and the
the
mac and cheese. Mix that all in there. So you got barbecue sauce with the mac and cheese and the brisket.
Okay,
So you can form a ball.
then what'd you do?
Form the ball.
Okay, then what'd you do?
And then I stuck it in the freezer.
Fridge freezer or the
Well,
freezer?
I did a freezer because I wanted to do it faster. You could do it just in the fridge if you'd like to. If you want to do it longer, say you want to make these overnight, right? You want to have it ready for the next day. You don't want to scramble and get them done. I did these all today, so I need to speed it up, and I did it in the freezer for about a half an hour or so.
Did you scramble?
I did a scramble. Can you believe it?
Okay, so then when you took them out of the freezer,
Yeah.
what did you put them in? Because somebody said, how did you get that nice crust?
How did I get this nice crust on these?
Yeah.
Well, the nice crust, so we have a beer batter is what we did. So we've got beer, we've got flour, and it's pretty simple little batter, but it's a beer batter. And you just slap that on top of it.
And then you dredged it in flour, right?
Dredged it in flour and the beer batter.
Okay, so you did the flour first, then you did the beer batter.
Correct.
And then you fried it.
And then I fried it.
In your
Masterbuilt.
How sweet is that?
If you guys don't know the Masterbuilt company, okay, you guys hear us talking about Masterbuilt because obviously they gave me one of these things and they're giving a couple away, which is really cool. Thank you, Masterbuilt. They also make a bunch of smokers and stuff. They've been around for a long time. So maybe some of you have a Masterbuilt smoker. I don't know.
Well,
anyway,
tell us about this unit. What's cool about it?
What I really like about this thing is, which is cool, is you can do three things in one, right? So maybe you want to do a lobster boil or something like that, right? You want to do a lobster boil? You could do a whole lobster boil in this thing. It'll boil it up for you in no time. That's what's super cool about that. Vegetables, whatever you want to boil, you can boil it. Let's say you want to do a steamer. Maybe you want to steam some crab legs or some crab or lobster itself. You want to steam something. This also steams stuff. But what's cool about it is you can fry things. That's what I like about it. Is you could do a whole turkey in this bad boy if you wanted to.
And it looks pretty big.
It's pretty large, yeah. It's a pretty large unit, but it'll do up to a 20-pound turkey in here.
Wow.
So super cool. If you want to deep fry a turkey, you could do that. I like these little bites that we're making, which is kind of fun.
Right.
Really fun.
So, all right. So I'm going to have you demonstrate your little bites, and I'm going to grab your cheese.
Okay. I'm going to have a bite of this.
All right.
All right. Great.
And
here we go. Check it out.
Show everybody the fryer.
Uh-huh. I got a bite in my mouth right now. All right, let's go over here and take a look at the fryer. So the Masterbuilt, pretty simple, pretty cool. You got these little dials over here. You can go all kinds of temperatures and stuff. And then in here, you got some hot oil, and I've got my stuff happening down there. And you clean that little basket out.
Maybe you need a sip of your beer.
I probably do. What's really cool, if you didn't know this or not, is if you put oil in here, and I use peanut oil because I like peanut oil, it gets to a high temperature. You can strain that peanut oil. So you get a little strainer and you pull that peanut oil. Once it cools down, you can strain it and you can use that peanut oil at least 6 times.
Wow.
So don't think, oh, I got to buy some peanut oil on one time and I throw it out. No, you're going to use it at least 6 times. Just make sure it cools down. Keep your jugs and put it back in the jugs when you're done. And then use it again. Just make sure you know that you only used it 6 times. Don't go hog wild and go crazy and think, hey, I'm going to get 100 uses out of it. Because your friends are going to know the taste. They're going to go, what the heck is that? Tastes like socks.
Anyway, let's not do that.
Let's not do that, people. Let's not talk about socks.
Right?
All right, so we got.
It was a cooking show.
It is a cooking show.
So show everybody your cheese sticks.
All right, so we got the mozzarella cheese sticks that are breaded and ready to go. They're nice and happy. We had to freeze these because that's what they asked for, is freezing them. That's how we do it. We freeze them.
Okay. So why do you freeze them? Is that a good idea?
Well, you want to freeze them because otherwise they're going to melt.
Oh.
And they're going to all gooey if they're room temperature.
Well, maybe it also helps the breadcrumbs stick on there.
Well, it does. I mean, the breadcrumbs stick on there. That's because you're dredging them in the flour and the egg wash and everything else. But you want it all to hold on and be, see how it's all holding together? When you freeze it, it kind of binds them in. Okay?
So you took mozzarella.
I just got some sticks.
String
cheese.
Sticks.
Yeah, just get some string cheese sticks. Slap those in the dredge. Some of the breadcrumbs, whatever seasonings you want to do. There was some extra seasoning. We did some basil and some oregano and a bunch of other stuff. And then you can do whatever you want. You can add it spicier if you want. You want to add some more of the red pepper flakes, go for it,
Okay,
So
let's see them go in the fryer.
All right, let's see that happening.
Right?
Why not? Okay, I'm going to stand over here because I know it's a little difficult to see what's going on.
You can also hold this if you want to get closer, or you want me to get closer.
I need both my hands.
All right.
So I'm going to go over here. So I've got my little basket, and this is really cool. It's got a little basket holder thing right there.
Oh, do you want to dump out the other stuff?
I can't dump that out because it's all stuck to it. See? So we're just going to leave it in there, and I don't really care.
It adds flavor.
Sure. Okay. So we're going to throw these all in here.
All right.
All right. I'm just going to grab them, stick them in.
And how do you know when your oil is hot?
What's wrong with me dumping them in like that, Lulu?
Perfect.
All right. How do I know when my oil's hot? It's got a little button right over there. It says it's ready to go.
Oh.
Okay?
Is it on already?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, okay.
Right here. This is where it says it's hot. Okay? Anyway, so yeah, see how it's hot? See it's turning on?
Now the light came on.
See how the light's on?
Yeah.
Okay, now I need to grab my little holder.
All right.
That's what this little bad boy is. And I'm just going to stick them in for a few minutes. Oh, yeah, look at that. Get the holder off. See how it's frying in there?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Very.
You can close the lid so it doesn't splatter and all that good stuff, especially if you're doing super large type of frying. If you're going to do like a turkey or something, put the lid down. But right now I'm just demonstrating and showing you guys how to use this thing. Super cool, super easy. And we're just going to put these in for just a couple of minutes. Right? Exactly. All right, let's go back over these little pretzels at the same time. All right. Well, here we go. I'm going to have a little pretzel bite while those things are cooking. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday. Oh, look at that. Ah. Mmm. Ah. Ah. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to dig in with my tongs a little bit. Yeah. Just stir them. Well, it's only been a minute.
Oh, here, I'll hold it.
Okay. One more minute, and I think we're good to go on those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at those.
Okay, if you say it's been another minute, that sounds good. Let me get my little thingamabob
All right.
and pull this out.
And then can you put it back in if it's not ready?
I can if I want to.
You can if you want to, right?
Uh-huh. But they look done. And I'm just going to stick it on the edge there where it's got its little holder.
All right. Oh, those are done.
Yeah.
Those look great.
A couple minutes is all you need, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to share the little platter over here. How does that sound, Lulu?
Let's put them over here first to cool, though.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
All right.
All right. All right. There's a cheese. Oh,
Oh,
they're
those are
cheesy.
melty.
They're cheesy. Oh, some of
I
them.
think you're right. I think put them on your platter.
Yeah.
I think you had a better idea.
Oh, well, they're all falling apart in here now.
Okay, we'll put them on your platter.
Okay. Platter.
Yeah.
Platter.
They'll cool down.
Yeah, they'll cool down. Let's stick them over there.
Don't have them too close together, though, because then they'll stick together.
You mean like these ones?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you like the double bite, right?
I got an idea.
Oh, that one fell. Okay.
I got an idea.
Up, 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 oh.
Let's share on this platter, because they'll
Okay.
stick together otherwise.
These guys are all stuck together over here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, see, I think it's because I stirred them around. And you might want to keep, you might want to keep them separate.
Oh.
Separate them and don't stir. I just learned that just now.
That's what we talked about. You have to keep them
You got to
separate.
learn.
Yeah.
Oh, well, these ones
You're
are.
supposed to do them very slow, one at a time,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that would help. But I got anxious. I got excited.
You got excited about your cheese?
Now it's just a big cheese ball. This one.
Oh, well. Let's take a look at the one that got done and
All right. Well, we're not
Let's
eating it
do that.
anytime soon because it's
Oh,
hot.
It's too hot.
Unless you want to try it, why don't you try it out, Lily?
Hot in the hot tub,
Hot in a hot tub, girlfriend.
right?
So, oh, maybe this one will work.
Ooh, now your sauce. That you
It's over there, my
made.
marinara. Let me go get it.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I found it.
All right. Hang on a second here.
Just moving it.
Oh,
Okay, here we got the marinara sauce.
the mac and cheese brisket is good. Now tell us about the marinara.
It's marinara. All right, I made the marinara myself. So rather than, of course, you can get any marinara you want. You want to open a can, go for it. You want to do some tomato sauce, you can do tomato sauce. I made it myself. I had some tomatoes. I had a whole white onion. I had a few cloves of garlic, threw a little bit of olive oil on it with some salt and some pepper and a little basil, stuck it in the oven for about 35 minutes at about 375. So I roasted it, okay? Then once you roast it and you're done roasting, you pull it out, you put it in a pot, and you use your emulsifier, right? If you got one of those little handy dandy emulsifiers, like a Cuisinart one, I have one of those, and you just until it's all nice and smooth and happy. And then when it's done, you can add a few more spices, maybe a little more salt or pepper, depending on if you need to kick it up a notch. I threw some little red chili flakes in there too, just to get a little extra.
Oh, it's got a kick.
Yeah. So let's try this. That's good.
And that's your cheese stick.
Yeah, that's a cheese stick.
Your melted cheese stick.
Melted cheese sticks.
Yum, right?
That's really good.
So that, when it's all gooey like that, oh.
Look at the gooey.
You know what that reminds me of?
No.
Of when you order that, like at TGI Fridays or Chili's.
Yeah, exactly.
But now,
You don't have to order. You can do it at home.
make it at home.
Those
Right?
are really good. Those are tasty.
How awesome is that?
But because this is the first time I started playing with this machine, I'm learning some tricks to it, which is kind of cool. And it wasn't very hard to figure out, but keep these separated. Put them in one at a time.
That's right.
Don't mix them up,
No.
because then you're just going to have a pile of nothing. You want one, Lulu?
No, I'm going to take that white towel from you. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. So
That's
Al
my hint.
Garcia said you could also do the marinara in the Vitamix if you don't have an emulsifier.
That's right, Al Garcia. You can use a blender. You can use a Vitamix. You can use whatever you got. You can use Magic Bullet. I don't care. Blend that stuff up. Get it nice and smooth, right?
Right.
The key is that you roast those tomatoes, the garlic, and the onion together with a few of the spices, and you mix it up, and you'll have the best marinara sauce you've ever had. And it's fresh, and it's cheaper. It's
That's
less
right.
expensive, and it's healthier for you. That's what's so cool.
Right.
So, bingo bango, everybody.
Now Vince said you could do those cheese sticks with a spinach dip,
Ooh, I like that,
right?
Vince.
Or artichoke dip.
You could do an artichoke dip. You could make a nice spinach artichoke dip where you're.
Show everybody your cheese stick again, because I
Uh,
think that gooey goodness is
this
what
is
everybody wants to
this is
see.
what's going on. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
That's what you want. Oh,
Oh,
oh, oh,
right.
oh, oh, that's good.
Yum.
Oh, that's good, Lulu.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, try a bite.
Now we did the gluten-free panko,
Yeah,
but you don't have to.
no, I mean everything we made here today was gluten free. So again, use whatever you want, whatever panko you want to use, whatever breadcrumbs you want to use, whatever beer you want to use, whatever flour you want to use to make your little pretzel wieners, right? Whatever you want to use it. I don't care. Just follow a recipe and adjust to your flavors and what you like. Make sense? All right.
Right.
Let me have another bite of that. That's good. Mm.
Okay, so we need to announce our winners of the
Masterbuilt.
beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful Masterbuilt unit.
All right, let's do
Let's
that.
announce our winners, and also I want you to tell everybody about next weekend in case they know somebody.
Oh, yeah. So, do we want to announce first or we want to talk about next weekend?
Talk about next weekend first.
All right, so next weekend, Michelle and I are going up to Oroville, which is Northern California area. Obviously, you guys know there's been a ton of fires. People are displaced. People have lost their homes, and they're doing a big, huge giveaway with the Tiny Home Foundation and
Tiny
Tiny
Pines.
Pines Foundation, which they do. They build tiny homes. Amazing organization with Alyssa. She's awesome. So we've partnered up with them, and we're going to go up there and we're going to feed a bunch of people. So I'm going to be smoking a bunch of pork butt. We're going to be making pulled pork sandwiches. And if you know anybody, if there's anybody up in the Oroville, Northern
Or
California,
Sacramento.
Sacramento area,
Chico.
Chico, and you guys want to come hang out with me and Michelle and just put a couple of sandwiches together, I'm going to have it ready to go. I'm going to give you a shirt. We're going to hang out and we're going to feed people that really need it. So get in touch with us. You can write us an email, producers at dadsthatcook.
Or reach out on Facebook.
Or reach out on Facebook. Just send us a direct message, a little DM, and we're set to go.
Producers at dadsthatcook.com.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Okay.
Right.
So here's to our winners.
And you don't win the chicken dinner.
No chicken dinner.
You win a
Masterbuilt.
How gorgeous is that?
That's really cool.
Right?
You're going to be frying and boiling and steaming. That's what's happening,
You
people.
can do a whole turkey.
All right, so here we go. There's two people that won this, all right? We've got, okay, our first draw is Kim Davis, all the way out in Conroe, Texas.
Ooh.
Kim Davis. Now, this is Dad's That Cook. We got women winning stuff. That's because why? They've been following us. They've got family. They probably suckered their husband into this deal, right? Which is kind of cool. So, hey, Kim, thank you for following us. I know you've been a long time subscriber of ours. I really appreciate it, and it's awesome. So I will send you an email. We'll send you a note, and you'll get this. And then there's also Lauren Peterson out of Alexandria, Virginia. Lauren Peterson, another longtime follower of ours. Super cool. Again, you would think this is Dad's That Cook and only dads are going to win stuff. But you know what? Sometimes those moms jump in here and call for those dads to get involved. And it's all about family anyway, right? Because mom's going to cook it, dad's going to cook it, everyone's going to work with it. And maybe even the kids are going to jump in and help them make some of these cheesy little sticks and hot dog deal pretzels and good stuff. So those are the winners.
I am going to say one thing, though.
All right, say it.
I'm so excited for these moms and them to win, but I also want to shout out to all the dads out there because dads are stepping up, stepping in, stepping out to the grill, whatever, and they are cooking up some good grub.
That's right.
Crazy good food.
Crazy good food.
That brings families together.
That brings families together. Crazy good food that brings families together. That's what we're talking about. And you dads are out there killing it, making great food. And I appreciate you guys following. I love you guys. We love you guys. So we're hanging out. We're ready to take off here in a second. We're going to have a little bingo bango.
Maybe we can actually show.
Hello, there we are. All right, here we are.
I have to put us here.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
Do you need help?
Oh, there we go.
You got it? Stick it in the fryer.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Put the phone in the fryer.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how hot it is where everybody else is right now. I bet it's really hot around the country.
Super hot.
It is going to be 95 degrees here tomorrow, but
That's
it's
right.
90 degrees today.
90 degrees. We have the oven on at 425. We got stuff cooking in a fryer. We're sweating like crazy.
Oh, yeah. I look sweaty. But that's okay.
That's
because
okay.
The good news is
we got food.
I've got a wonderful,
yeah, you got to try that.
cheese bite here.
Get it. Shove it in your mouth,
Look
girlfriend.
At that. I mean, how great is that, right?
It's really good, though. Super tasty.
Oh.
Full of protein on that cheese, right? Super
Yeah.
cool.
Make your own marinara.
Oh, the marinara is the kick.
It's so
Marinara is so easy. It's like the easiest thing you could ever make. Don't go buy marinara anymore. Just make your own. I'm telling you, it's so easy.
And this fryer from Masterbuilt, it turned out awesome.
It turned out great. Now we got a fryer and we can fry stuff all the time, which,
And you can use it for a boiler.
And we can boil and we can steam, which is super cool.
It's nice for parties if you're going to have family.
Yeah, you're going to have a large gathering. You got a lot of people coming over.
You can't have a whole large gathering right now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, someday. Or maybe it's just a large gathering with yourself.
No, it's your bubble.
Your little bubble.
No,
kind of bubbling it up.
I mean your social bubble.
I know.
Oh. All right, everybody. We love you.
Yeah, we love you guys. Make sure you share what's going on, like what's happening, follow along. And thanks to these two winners, Kim and Lauren. You guys are awesome for sharing and being a part of Dad's That Cook. And we love all of you. So you guys have a great Saturday and a great weekend. And we'll see you next time.
And a big shout out to Masterbuilt.
And a big shout out to Masterbuilt. Thank you for sending this to us. And thank you for sending it to these two lovely ladies. All right?
Now we're going to eat some snacks.
Yeah, now we're going to go eat. So